Hello, it is day 3. So actually it's night 3 because it's about 8 o'clock. We went to Providence yesterday. We had a very quick trip. And if you didn't see yesterday's Vlogmas day 2, then you wouldn't know that our son, Graham, is a senior at Providence College. And this year, so for every, no. How am I gonna say this? Because I'm still so stinking excited. So growing up, Graham has always sang in the shower, or he would sing in the car with me. And I was like, you are a great singer, you're a great singer. He would never sing in front of my husband, Chris. And he would only sing in front of his sister and me. And then, or if you were walking by the shower and he was singing. So he went out of his comfort zone and he tried out for the a cappella group at Providence. And he made it. And so their fall concert was last night. And so we went and they did, so there's 3 different groups. Anyway, he was in the first group. So I was so happy to be there. I actually had my camera with me because of Vlogmas, and I was vlogging, and then at the end, he had a solo, like a big major solo. And I couldn't believe it. And so at the end, I'm screaming like a banshee, but it's because I was so proud of him because he was so nervous, you know? Anyway, so that was last night. So I'm still kind of, I have a little bit of an emotional hangover. I just am so proud of him because, you know, magic happens when you step out of your comfort zone. You know, I wouldn't know all of you friends, you know, that write to me and stuff like that if I didn't do the vlog. And, you know, it wasn't always an easy thing to get in front of the camera. And so, you know, I'm so proud of him. I'm just so proud of him. And he did so well. So anyway, there is that from yesterday. So we're going to open up day 3 of the calendars that of the Advent calendars that I have. Chelsea Luxe Yarns, Vida Lifestyle, and Suburban Stitcher. And then I'm going to insert, you know, then we're gonna have like a little craft time. I had all these plans in November of blogging every week, and it didn't happen. I don't know, life happened and it just didn't happen. So I'm gonna use that footage that I have to make this beautiful garland from pom-pom makers. But what is great about the tutorial is that it shows you how to make a really great pom-pom, because I have tried to use those pom-pom makers and my pom-poms didn't look as good as they did when I did it this way. So I thought I would share that with you. And so we used we used the yarn, and I just kind of stuck it up on a mantle in my house, and it looks gorgeous. It absolutely looks gorgeous. So my trees are lit, but haven't decorated. And tomorrow I have a big day I have a big meeting at our church. So I don't know, I'm gonna do what I can. I'm not gonna stress. The holidays are supposed to be for like taking time and reflecting and family, and you know, I'm not gonna stress if I can't get it all done. So anyway, let's get to the Advent. Well, before the Advent, I wanted to show you that on the dog sweater, I just ripped out about 15 rows. So that kind of made me angry. But I didn't read the instructions. I didn't read them properly, and I had too many crisscrosses going the wrong way. So I have taken that out, and we will work on that while this video is uploading. So let's get to the Advents. First up, Chelsea Luxe Yarns. This is day 3. Day 3 on her après ski is Fireside. Ooh, this is very pretty. It's the first time you guys saw me sniffing, right? Ooh, that's very, very pretty. So there we go. So nice. So this advent calendar came with a free pattern, and I looked at the pattern. It looks very nice. So we'll see if I use these in the pattern or if I use them in something else. So this one and the Suburban Stitcher came with a free pattern, and then I'm assuming after the advents are done, then the pattern will be available for everybody. But this is a beautiful color. Come on, friend. There we go. Wow. Very, very pretty. Okay, the next one is Vida Lifestyle, and this one is called Big Green Tractor. Big Green Tractor, right? Because hers is a country Christmas, farmhouse Christmas. Oh, look at these little bits in here. This is just a very, very pretty, subtle color. Look at those little hints of color. That is gorgeous. These are all gonna look so pretty together. So nice. All right. And the next one is Suburban Stitcher, and December 3rd's card says, shut the door, not that it lets in the cold, but that it lets out the coziness. Oh. Mark Twain said that. All right, so day 3. Ooh, this is a beautiful color too. It's like a very, very, very pretty gray. There we go. Wow. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So our 3 colors today all together. So we have Fireside, Big Green Tractor, and number 3. So pretty. All right, so next I'm going to, we'll have the, can you tell it's late and I am very tired? Already day 3 and I'm like, wow, are people bored? It doesn't seem like a lot of people are watching this, and I can tell you it's a lot of work every single day. So I don't know, it would be awesome to get some thumbs up or some new subscribers. So write in the comments what you like about these. Is it seeing people's homes, like, from, in the background, seeing their homes, or is it because of the yarn or how we decorate or what we're working on? Like, why do you watch these? I'm really, really curious. I would love for you to write something in the comments and let me know. And if you want to see something, I'm happy to show you what I have. I am wearing the Mid-Coast sweater. I was a test knitter by Tiff Nealon. So if you wanted to go in the description box, I always link what I'm wearing, my Ravelry page of what I'm wearing. Let's get into the craft this week. Here are the materials that I used for this. I have just some vintage and pom-pom makers and some scissors. So make sure that when you're using the pom-pom makers that you're using them properly. So we're going to wind the yarn around the pom-pom maker. And the thing that you want to remember about this is to kind of line up You see how I'm lining it up with my finger so that it's not all, you know, you don't just go crazy and wind on there. You want to really wind on with with a kind of a purpose. So you want it to look very, very straight. Don't go over that little ledge there. And now I'm going to go back the other way, still kind of keeping my yarn not overlapping on the layer, overlapping each other. I'm going to go back the other way again. Some people like to count how many that they use, but I don't count. That's too much. That's too much work. And now I'm going to go back one more time. So I'm going to cut the end, and then I'm going to use an itty bitty crochet hook, and I'm going to, which I'm finding right now because I didn't have it out, but I'm going to use this itty bitty crochet hook to just grab the end that I cut off. Now, some people, and in the instructions for these, you don't have to do that, but I found that this was less waste and it really worked well for me. Like I've said before in the video, I had a really, really hard time making the pom-poms look even and look really full. That was really my issue, was that I couldn't really get them full. Or I would, you know, I would make one and then it would fall apart. Like it wasn't tight in the center where I was cutting the, you know, cutting the yarn. And I'll show you, I learned a new way to do it. So again, I'm going back. So I went across from left to right, and then I went back from right to left, and then I went back from left to right, and I'm going to go back a little ways, and then I'm going to do the same thing again and cut the yarn and use my little crochet hook to hold it there. All right, now you're going to close it up. Get your scissors. Now, don't cut it that way where the flap hand comes down. You want to hold that with your finger and then cut. There's a groove right there that you can just cut right down. If you did it the other way, it would kind of flip. It wouldn't be wrong, but it would kind of flip up and it would be, you know, it would be hard to hold everything in place. So go from the other side of where you put the flaps down. All right, now I'm going to cut a length of yarn, and you're going to wrap it around. This is where I made my mistake. You want to wrap it around twice, right? So wrap it around twice. Now pull and, you know, make it tug. Tug it, I mean, to make it snug. And then you're going to make a knot and make sure it gets all down in there, right? And then go to the other side and make another knot. This way, if you cut a knot by accident or whatever, it just shores it up. It just makes it really strong. And then I just trimmed those extra ends. And then open up the flaps. So you can tell already it's so good. Woohoo! Now this little thing pulls apart. All right, and see how it's flat? See how those sides are flat there? I just like to hold it with my fingers and just kind of go around any rogue pieces of yarn sticking out. But then, you know, that was another thing. I was like, oh, now I just kind of have this like flat surface. What am I going to do? And I actually saw on another video, you can shake it like I'm doing here. or you can wind it in your hands like this. And then just make sure there isn't anything rogue sticking out. And look, you have a really pretty pom-pom. Put that aside, and you're going to make, I made 2 different sizes, right? So that was the yellow size, and both of these came in the same holder. And then the pink one was the itty bitty one. So I ended up making 25 pom-poms. And I made 13 of the big ones and 12 of the small ones. Now I'm showing how to do the crochet, for the garland. And I'm using a crochet hook, and I'm simply making crochet chains. It's okay if you don't know how to crochet. You can always look that up, or, you can follow what I'm doing and make the crochet chain. Now, the crochet chain works as is. All right, it's a little bit more flimsy, so I wanted mine to be a little bit stronger. So what I did is I went into each chain and I did a chain stitch, not a single crochet, a chain stitch. And that's what I'm showing you now. So I went in to make a chain stitch. Now, when I was crochet designing, I would use this. It was like the equivalent of an I-cord, like a 3-stitch I-cord. So I would use this, for drawstrings. I would use this for anything, booties, for baby things, anything that you would kind of use like a plain I-cord for. That's what I would use. That's how I would do that in crochet. So this is just the example, obviously, but when I did the garland, I actually did 500. I chained 500 and then I went back. Pretty sure I did that. And this is how we're stopping it. So you can kind of see it's a little bit more rounded. Now I'm going to show you another way if you don't know how to crochet. This is simply taking 3 different, 3 lengths of yarn, the same length, and tying them in a knot. And then braiding them. Just braid them like a regular braid. So that's what we're doing there. So you would just braid this for however long you wanted your garland to be. And what you're hearing in the background is my Christmas clock. So that's what the 2 of them look next to each other, how they look. You could also do an I-cord. So if you're a knitter, you can always do an I-cord. If you didn't want to do the crochet chain, and simply work the I-cord for as many rows for the length that you want. So I'm just going to demonstrate I-cord really quick right here. So you're going to use double pointed needles and you're going to knit 3. I liked the 3 size. And then you're going to, did I do 3 or 4? I actually did 4. And then you're simply going to knit Again, so you're always knitting and you're always sliding your work over. You see how you slide the work over and then you continue to knit. So you never turn your work. And by pulling your yarn from the last stitch over to the left, over to the right, you create this cord. It's really, really cool. So you could do a really thick one. You could do more than 4 stitches, or you could do a thinner one. You could do 3 stitches if you want, even a 2-stitch one. But I kind of liked the thickness of the crochet one. It wasn't so thick that it was hard to move around, but it wasn't so thin that when it had 25 pom-poms on it, it didn't, it's able to hold its own when things are hanging from it. That was the whole point of reinforcing the crochet chain and making a 4-stitch I-cord. All right. Let's see what Kimberly's going to do again. It's been a while since I've seen myself making this. Oh, so I'm going to show you the three things together. Now let's add the pom-poms onto the cord. So I did the cord I divided it up evenly by however many stitches that I had, and I divided it up by the number of pom-poms that I had. So I knew how many chains to go through. And so what I did was I took one side of the when I was tying it off, and I put it up through one of the chains, and I just tied a knot, nice strong knot, and then I took the yarn in my yarn needle and I put it back through the pom-pom, and that way, it's really super snug. And then I did the other one as well. And then I cut those off. So I did every other ball. So one was a large one, then I did a small one, a large one, a small one, a large one, a small one. I absolutely loved the results. I love it. You could do you could do colors, you could do whatever you wanted. Have fun, have fun, have fun. So what'd you think? Very easy, really easy to make. You could use any yarn you want. If you want, you could make tassels instead of pom-poms. And it's just, of course, I love everything white. I mean, I think that looks amazing. And I did 13 of the larger size and 12 of the smaller size, which equaled 25. Christmas is on December 25th. I don't know, I just kind of like that. And I spaced out the crochet chain by every 20 stitches. So it ends up being 460 chains. Because you're not going to do, 480 chains, because you're not going to do those last 20, because you're going to have the ball on the end. So that's what mine is. It's very big. And another thing that I love about it is that with the crochet chain and the I-cord, it's kind of heavy, right? Because they're pretty dense, the pom-poms. I couldn't think of the word. So here it is. I love it. I'll leave a photo of what it looks like up in my house because I just finished it here. But isn't it great? It would be so much fun with all different colors, or if you wanted to add mohair. Oh my gosh, how fun. The possibilities are endless. So you don't just have to do white. Oh my gosh, look how cute these are. They are so fun. Look at. So that's it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.